Welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to talk about a powerful idea that can completely change the way you speak English. Not grammar, not vocabulary, but your thinking speed. Most people don't have a speaking problem. They have a thinking problem. They think too much before they speak. And because of that, they become slow. They become nervous. They stay silent. Let's understand what happens. You want to say something simple. But first, you think in your language. Then you translate. Then you check grammar. Then you doubt yourself. And by that time, the moment is gone. This is why today's idea is simple, but very powerful. Talk first. Think later. Speak first. Don't wait for perfect sentences. Don't wait for perfect grammar. Just start speaking. Because fluency is not about thinking more. Fluency is about speaking more. Lesson 1. Stop overthinking before speaking. Now listen very carefully. If you want to speak English fluently, this is the first problem you must fix. Overthinking. Most learners don't have a speaking problem. They have a thinking problem. They think too much before they speak. And because of that, they become slow. They lose confidence. They stay silent. Let's understand what happens inside your mind. You want to say something simple, but your brain starts doing too many things. First, you think in your own language. Then, you try to translate it into English. Then, you check if the grammar is correct. Then, you search for better words. Then, you doubt yourself. And in this process, you lose the moment. The conversation moves on, and you say nothing. This is not because you don't know English. This is because you are overthinking. Now understand this powerful truth. Fluent speakers do not think before every sentence. They don't prepare. They don't translate. They speak and think at the same time. That is the secret. Not perfect thinking, but fast thinking. Think about how you speak in your own language. Do you prepare every sentence? Do you check grammar in your mind? Do you translate? No, you just speak. That is what you need to do in English. But right now, your brain has a habit. It wants to be perfect. It wants to be safe. It wants to avoid mistakes. And because of this, it slows you down. So your first step is simple. Stop trying to be perfect. Instead of thinking for a long time, start speaking immediately. Even if your sentence is not complete. Even if your grammar is not perfect. Even if you feel unsure. Speak. Let's take a simple example. You want to say, I want to improve my English. Instead of thinking, how do I say this correctly? Just start, I want, improve, my English. Even if it is not perfect, you are speaking, you are moving forward. And slowly, your brain will adjust. Your sentences will become better. Now here is something very important. When you start speaking without overthinking, your brain becomes faster. At first, you may speak slowly. You may stop. You may repeat words. That is normal, because your brain is learning a new habit. But if you continue, your brain will stop translating. Your brain will stop checking everything. It will start trusting you. Now let's talk about fear. Why do you overthink? Because you are afraid. Afraid of making mistakes. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of sounding wrong. But listen carefully. Mistakes are part of speaking. You cannot learn speaking without making mistakes. It is impossible. So instead of avoiding mistakes, accept them. Say to yourself, I will speak, even if it is not perfect. This one decision can change everything. Now here is a simple practice you must follow. Every day, speak for a few minutes without stopping. Talk about anything, your day, your plan, your thoughts. For example, today I wake up early. I feel little tired. I want to practice English. I will try my best. Don't stop. Don't correct yourself again and again. Just continue. This practice will break your overthinking habit. Now imagine two people. One person keeps thinking, but never speaks. The other person speaks, even with mistakes. After 1 month, who will improve more? The answer is clear. So remember this simple line. Overthinking blocks your voice. Action unlocks your voice. Speak first. Don't wait. Don't prepare too much. Because fluency does not come from perfect thinking. Fluency comes from continuous speaking. Start today. Break the habit. Speak without fear. And slowly, you will feel the change. You will speak faster. You will feel confident. And one day, you will realize you are not thinking before speaking anymore. You are just speaking. Naturally. Lesson 2. Speak in small, simple sentences. Now listen very carefully. After removing overthinking, the next step is very important. You must learn how to speak in small, simple sentences. This is where many learners make a big mistake. They try to speak big English. They try to use long sentences. They try to sound perfect. And because of that, they get stuck. They stop. They lose confidence. Now understand this clearly. Fluency is not about big sentences. Fluency is about clear and fast communication. Think about how a child speaks. A child does not use difficult words. A child says, I am happy. I am tired. I want food. Simple, but powerful. And the most important thing, a child speaks fast, without fear, without thinking too much. That is the secret you need to follow. Now let's look at your situation. You want to speak English, but you think, I need to speak full sentences. I need to use good vocabulary. I need to sound smart. Because of this, your brain feels pressure. And when there is pressure, your brain slows down. So from today, remove this pressure. Don't try to speak big. Speak small. Let's take a simple example. Instead of saying, today I am feeling very tired because I worked a lot, just say, I am tired. Instead of saying, I would like to go outside because the weather is good, say, I want to go outside. Simple sentences, fast sentences, clear sentences. Now you may think, but this is very basic. Yes, and that is the power. Because when you use simple sentences, your brain becomes fast, your confidence increases, and your speaking starts flowing. Now here is a very important point. Small sentences connect to form bigger ideas. For example, I am tired, I worked a lot, I need rest. These are 3 small sentences, but together, they express a full idea. So you don't need one big sentence. You can use many small sentences. This makes speaking easy, natural, comfortable. Now let's talk about daily practice. Start describing your life in small sentences. Morning, I wake up. I feel sleepy. I drink water. During the day, I am working. This is easy. I need help. Evening, I feel tired. I want rest. I will sleep. These are very simple, but very powerful. Because you are training your brain to think fast, not to think big. Now let's connect this with your speaking fear. When you try to speak long sentences, you stop in the middle. You forget words. You feel nervous. But when you speak small sentences, You feel in control. You keep going. You don't stop. This builds confidence. Now imagine two learners. One learner tries to speak big sentences and stops again and again. The other learner speaks small sentences, continuously. After some time, who will become fluent? The answer is clear. Now here is a simple rule. If you feel stuck, make your sentence smaller. Don't push yourself to say everything at once. Break it. Speak step by step. Now remember this powerful line. Big sentences create pressure. Small sentences create flow. And flow is the key to fluency. So from today, speak small, speak simple, speak fast. Because when your sentences become simple, your English becomes natural. And when your English becomes natural, you start speaking without fear. Lesson 3. Train your mouth, not just your brain. Now listen very carefully. This is one of the biggest truths most learners don't understand. You are not only learning a language, you are training a skill. And speaking is a physical skill. Many people say, I understand English. I can read English. I can listen to English. But when they try to speak, they stop, they struggle, they feel stuck. Why? Because they trained their brain, but they never trained their mouth. Understand this clearly. Your brain can know words, but your mouth must learn how to say those words. Your tongue must move. Your lips must form sounds. Your voice must become comfortable. If you don't train your mouth, your speaking will always feel difficult. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you want to learn cycling. Can you learn it only by watching videos? No, you must sit on the cycle. You must try. You must fall. You must move. Speaking English is the same. You cannot learn it only by thinking. You must speak. Now let's understand the real problem. Most learners speak very little. Maybe once in a while. Maybe only when someone asks them. That is not enough. Your mouth needs daily practice. At the beginning, your mouth will feel slow. Your words will not come out clearly. You may pause. You may repeat. This is normal, because your mouth is not trained yet. But if you practice every day, something powerful happens. Your mouth becomes faster. Your pronunciation becomes clearer. Your confidence grows. Now let's talk about how to practice. You don't need a partner. You don't need a class. You can train your mouth alone. Start speaking your thoughts out loud, not in your mind. Out loud. For example, I am sitting. I am learning. I want to improve. Say it clearly. Let your mouth move. Let your voice come out. At first, it may feel strange. You may feel uncomfortable. But remember this. Every new skill feels strange in the beginning. Now let's go deeper. Try to speak continuously for a few minutes. Don't stop. Don't think too much. Just speak. For example, today I wake up early. I feel a little tired. I want to practice English. I think I will improve slowly. Even if your sentences are not perfect, keep going. This builds flow. Now here is a powerful technique. Repeat sentences after hearing them. Listen to a simple sentence, then repeat it. Copy the sound, copy the speed, copy the tone. This trains your mouth to move naturally. You don't need long sentences. Even small lines are enough. Now understand this important point. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is comfort. You want your mouth to feel comfortable speaking English. When your mouth becomes comfortable, speaking becomes easy. Now imagine two people. One person only studies grammar and vocabulary. The other person speaks every day. even with mistakes. After 1 month, who will speak better? The answer is clear. Now connect this with your fear. When your mouth is not trained, you feel nervous. You feel unsure. But when your mouth is trained, you feel ready. You feel confident. Because your body supports your brain. So remember this simple truth. Understanding is not enough. Thinking is not enough. You must speak. Train your mouth every day, even for a few minutes. Because when your mouth becomes fast, your words become natural. And when your words become natural, you start speaking fluently. Lesson 4. Accept mistakes and keep talking. This lesson will decide your future in English. Not vocabulary, not grammar, but your relationship with mistakes. Most learners are not afraid of English. They are afraid of making mistakes. They think, what if I say something wrong? What if people laugh? What if my grammar is bad? And because of this fear, they stay silent. Now understand this clearly. Silence feels safe, but it stops your growth. Speaking feels risky, but it creates growth. Every fluent speaker you see today made thousands of mistakes. Wrong words, wrong sentences, wrong pronunciation. But they didn't stop. That is why they improved. Now think about a simple example. When a child learns to speak, does the child speak perfectly? No. The child makes many mistakes, but the child keeps speaking. And slowly, the child becomes fluent. Why? Because the child is not afraid of mistakes. But you want to be perfect from the beginning. And that is the problem. Perfection is not the first step. Mistakes are the first step. Now let's understand something very important. Mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your teacher. Every time you make a mistake, your brain learns something. Your brain improves. Your brain becomes stronger. But if you don't speak, your brain learns nothing. Now let's talk about your thinking. You believe, I will speak when I am ready. But listen carefully. You will never feel ready. Confidence does not come first. Action comes first. When you speak, you feel nervous. But after speaking, you feel better. After repeating, you feel confident. So don't wait for confidence. Create confidence by speaking. Now let's go deeper. When you speak and make a mistake, what should you do? Don't stop, don't panic, don't go silent. Continue. Keep talking. For example, you say, I go yesterday market. This is not perfect, but don't stop. Continue. I go yesterday market. I buy some food. It was good. You are communicating. That is what matters. Now here's a powerful rule. Don't correct every mistake immediately. If you stop after every sentence, your flow breaks. Your confidence breaks. Speak first. Correct later. Now let's talk about your mindset. Instead of thinking, I made a mistake, think, I am learning. Change this one thought, and your fear will reduce. Now imagine two people. One person is afraid of mistakes, so they don't speak. The other person makes mistakes, but keeps speaking. After some time, who will become fluent? The answer is clear. Now here is a simple daily practice. Speak for a few minutes, without worrying about mistakes. Talk freely. Say anything. I feel tired. I want to learn. I try every day. No stopping, no fear. Slowly. Your brain will relax. Your fear will go down. And your speaking will improve. Now remember this powerful line. Mistakes are not failure. Silence is failure. So choose speaking, choose action, choose growth. Because when you accept mistakes, you remove fear. And when fear goes away, your voice becomes free. And that is when real fluency begins. Lesson 5. Respond fast, don't wait. If you want to speak English fluently, you must build one powerful habit. You must learn to respond fast, not perfectly. Fast. Because in real conversation, people don't wait for 5 minutes while you prepare one perfect sentence. Conversation moves quickly. Someone asks a question. You answer. Someone shares an idea. You reply. Someone says something funny. You react. This is how natural speaking works. But many English learners do the opposite. They hear a question. Then they freeze. They start thinking too much. What should I say? Which grammar should I use? What if my sentence is wrong? What if I use the wrong word? What if I sound strange? And while they are thinking, the moment passes. Their mind becomes blank. Their confidence goes down. And they feel, I cannot speak English. But the truth is different. You can speak English. You are just waiting too long. Now understand this clearly. Fluency is not only about knowing English. Fluency is about using English quickly. You may know many words. You may understand grammar. You may understand English videos. But if you cannot respond at the right time, your speaking will feel slow. That is why fast response practice is so important. You must train your brain to answer quickly, even with small sentences. Because a small, fast answer is better than a perfect answer that comes too late. Let's take a simple example. Someone asks you, "How are you?" Many learners start thinking, should I say, "I am fine"? Should I say, "I am doing well"? Should I say, "I am great"? Which one is better? But you don't need to think so much. Just answer quickly. I am good. I am fine. I am okay. I am doing well. That is enough. The goal is not to impress. The goal is to respond. Now take another example. Someone asks, "What are you doing?" Don't wait. Don't prepare a big answer. Just say, I am working. I am studying. I am resting. I am practicing English. Simple, clear, fast. This is how fluency begins. Now let's go deeper. When you respond fast, your brain becomes active. It stops translating slowly. It stops checking every word. It starts trusting itself. At first, your answers may be short. That is okay. Short answers are not weak. Short answers are training. They help your brain become faster. Later, you can make them longer. For example, first you say, I am studying. Then slowly you can say, I am studying English. Then later, I am studying English because I want to speak better. And after more practice, I am studying English because I want to speak better and feel more confident in conversation. This is how speaking grows. Small first, then bigger. But the first step is fast response. Now here is a very important rule. Don't wait for the perfect sentence. Say the first simple sentence that comes to your mind. If someone asks, do you like music? Don't think too much. Say, yes, I like music. Then add more if you can. I listen to music every day. That is enough. If someone asks, what did you eat today? Say, I ate rice. I ate bread. I ate something light. Don't make it complicated. Speak simply. Speak quickly. Now some learners think, but if I answer fast, I will make mistakes. Yes, maybe. And that is okay, because mistakes are part of speed practice. When you learn to speak fast, your English may not be perfect in the beginning. But if you continue, your brain will improve. Your grammar will become better. Your sentences will become smoother. Your confidence will become stronger. But if you never respond fast, your brain will always stay slow. Think about sports. A player does not become fast by standing and thinking. A player becomes fast by practicing quick reactions again and again. English speaking is the same. You need reaction practice. Someone asks, you answer, you don't freeze. You don't disappear inside your thoughts. You respond. Now here's a simple daily exercise. Ask yourself easy questions and answer immediately. Question: what is my name? Answer: my name is... Question: what am I doing? Answer: I am sitting. Question: how do I feel? Answer: I feel good. I feel tired. I feel calm. Question: what do I want? Answer: I want water. I want rest. I want to improve my English. Do this every day. Do it fast. Don't give your brain too much time. The more you practice quick answers, the faster your speaking becomes. Now let's make this practice stronger. Use the 3-second rule. When you ask yourself a question, answer within 3 seconds, not after thinking for a long time. Within 3 seconds. For example, what did I do today? Within 3 seconds, say, I worked today. I studied today. I practiced English today. Even if the answer is short, it is good, because you are training speed, and speed is one of the strongest parts of fluency. Now let's talk about real conversations. When someone speaks to you in English, don't try to create a perfect answer in your mind. First, give a small response. For example, oh, really? That's nice. I understand. I agree. That sounds good. I don't know. Let me think. These small responses are powerful. Why? Because they keep the conversation alive. They give you time. They make you sound natural. They stop you from becoming silent. Many learners think they must give long answers every time. No. Native speakers also use short responses. They say, yeah, right, exactly, really, that's true. These small words keep the conversation moving. So don't ignore them. Use them. They will help you speak faster and feel more natural. Now understand this deeply. Waiting creates fear. Action creates confidence. When you wait too long, your mind becomes full of doubts. But when you respond quickly, you break that fear. You tell your brain, I can speak. Even if your answer is small, your confidence grows. And every quick response becomes proof. Proof that you are not helpless. Proof that you can communicate. Proof that English is not bigger than you. Now imagine 2 learners. One learner knows many words but always waits. They think too much. They prepare too much. They are afraid of mistakes. So in real conversation, they stay silent. The second learner knows simple English, but they respond fast. They say small sentences. They react quickly. They keep the conversation alive. After a few months, who will become more fluent? The second learner. Because speaking improves by speaking, not by waiting. So from today, build this habit. When a question comes, answer. When a thought comes, speak. When you don't know the perfect sentence, use a simple one. Do not let silence win. Do not let fear control your mouth. Do not wait for perfect English. Start with fast English. Simple English. Real English. Remember this powerful truth. Fast response does not mean careless speaking. It means brave speaking. It means you trust yourself enough to begin. And once you begin, your brain will help you continue. So respond fast. Don't wait. Because the faster you respond, the more natural your English becomes. Lesson 6. Build flow. Don't stop in the middle. This step will change the way you speak forever. Most learners don't have a vocabulary problem. They don't have a grammar problem. They have a flow problem. They start speaking, then they stop. Then they think. Then they lose confidence. And then they go silent. This is the real issue. Not starting, but stopping. Now understand this clearly. Fluency is not about perfect sentences. Fluency is about continuous speaking. Speaking without breaking again and again. Let's understand what happens. You start a sentence. I want to. Then you stop. You think, what should I say next? Is this correct? Which word should I use? And in that moment, your flow breaks. Once flow breaks, confidence breaks, energy breaks, and your speaking becomes difficult. Now listen carefully. Your goal is not to speak perfectly. Your goal is to keep going. Even if your sentence is not perfect. Even if you repeat words. Even if your grammar is not correct. Keep speaking. Because flow creates fluency, not perfection. Let's take a simple example. Instead of saying, I want to, I think, don't stop. Say, I want to improve my English. I try every day. I practice speaking. I feel better. See the difference? You're not stopping. You are moving forward. Now here is a powerful truth. Your brain works better when you keep speaking. When you stop too much, your brain becomes confused. But when you continue, your brain supports you. It starts giving you words. It starts building sentences, but only when you move forward. Now you may think, but what if I don't know a next word? Very simple. Use another word. Use simple words. Use anything, but don't stop. For example, you don't know a word. Instead of stopping, explain it. I don't know this word, but it is something like, it is used for, it helps to. This is communication, and communication is more important than perfect words. Now let's go deeper. When you keep speaking without stopping, something powerful happens. Your fear goes down. Because your focus is not on mistakes. Your focus is on expression. And when you express more, your confidence grows. Now let's talk about practice. Every day, do one simple exercise. Speak continuously for 2 to 3 minutes. No stopping, no long pauses, no thinking too much. Choose any topic. Your day, your plan, your thoughts. For example, today I wake up early. I feel a little tired, but I try to work. I want to improve my English, so I practice daily. I think I will become better slowly. Don't stop, even if your sentence is simple, even if you repeat ideas. This exercise builds flow. Now here's another powerful tip. If you feel stuck, use linking words. Words like and, also, then, because. These words help you continue. They give you time. They keep your sentence moving. For example, I wake up early and I feel tired and I drink water and I start my work. Not perfect, but continuous. And that is what you need. Now imagine 2 learners. One learner speaks slowly, stops again and again, tries to be perfect. The other learner speaks continuously, even with mistakes. After some time, who will sound more fluent? The second learner, because flow sounds natural. Now understand this deeply. People don't listen for your perfect grammar. They listen to your message. If your message is clear, your English is working. So don't break your message. Don't stop your voice. Keep moving, keep speaking, keep flowing. Now remember this powerful line. Don't stop to be perfect. Keep going to become fluent. So, from today, train your flow. Speak without stopping. Trust your brain. Because when your flow becomes strong, your English becomes natural. And when your English becomes natural, you start speaking like it is part of you. Lesson 7. Think in English while you speak. Now listen very carefully. This step will remove your biggest problem. Translation. Most learners do this. They think in their own language. Then they translate into English. Then they speak. This takes time. This creates pressure. This breaks your flow. Now understand this clearly. You cannot become fluent if you keep translating, because translation is slow. Fluency is fast. So what is the solution? You must learn to think in English while you speak. Not before, not after, while speaking. Let's understand what this means. When you start speaking, don't prepare the full sentence in your mind. Just start with a small idea. For example, you want to say something. Don't think the whole sentence, just start. I think, then continue. I think this is good. I like this. I feel happy. See what is happening? You are building the sentence step by step. At the same time, your brain is thinking in English. This is natural speaking. Now let's compare two ways. First way, think in your language. Translate, speak. This is slow. This is heavy. This creates fear. Second way, start speaking. Think in English. Continue speaking. This is fast. This is light. This creates flow. You must follow the second way. Now you may think, but I don't know enough English to think directly. That is okay. You don't need big English. You need simple English. Think in small words. Think in simple ideas. For example, you see food. Don't think in your language. Just think. I want food. This is good. I like this. You see something difficult. Think. This is hard. I don't understand. Simple thoughts, but direct thoughts. Now here is something very important. At the beginning, your brain will try to go back to your native language. This is normal. Because your brain is trained like that for many years. But you must gently push it back to English, again and again. At first, it will feel slow. You may stop. You may feel confused. But if you continue, your brain will change. Now let's talk about a powerful practice. While speaking, don't pause for translation. Pause for ideas. There is a big difference. Translation. Pause. You stop because you don't know the English word. Idea pause. You stop for a second to think what to say next. Idea pause is normal. Translation pause breaks flow. So always stay inside English. Now let's do a simple example. You want to talk about your day. Don't think everything first. Start. Today I wake up early. Then continue. I feel tired. I drink water. I start work. I try to practice English. Your sentence is growing. Your brain is thinking in English. This is exactly what you need. Now here is another tip. Use basic words again and again. Don't try to use new difficult words. Because your goal is not vocabulary. Your goal is thinking. Once your thinking becomes strong, vocabulary will grow naturally. Now imagine two learners. One learner always translates. The other learner thinks directly in English, even if the sentences are simple. After some time, who will become fluent? The second learner, because their brain is faster. Now understand this deeply. Language is not just words. Language is thinking. When your thinking changes, your speaking changes. So from today, Don't build sentences in your language. Build them in English. Start small. Stay simple. Keep speaking. Because when you start thinking in English while speaking, you remove delay, you remove fear, you remove hesitation. And that is when your speaking becomes natural. Remember this powerful line. Don't translate your thoughts. Create your thoughts in English. That is the real secret of fluency. Before you leave, pause for a moment. Not for this video. For your own life. Ask yourself one honest question. Will I stay the same? Or will I actually change? Because most people watch, feel inspired, and then do nothing. But you are not here for that. You are here to grow. You just learned something powerful, not a trick, not a shortcut, a real system to change the way you speak. Now it's your turn. Start today. Speak small, speak fast, speak daily, even if it feels uncomfortable. Keep going, because that discomfort is your growth. And if this video helped you even a little, don't keep it only for yourself. There are people just like you, silent, confused, afraid to speak. Share this with them. Help them take their first step. And about this channel, this is not just a place to watch videos. This is a place to rebuild your confidence, your thinking, your voice. So if you are serious about your English, if you want real change, not just motivation, then don't disappear after this video. Be part of this journey. Show it. Tap the like button. Share this video with someone who needs it. And subscribe to stay connected with content that actually helps you speak, not just understand. We are not here to watch. We are here to transform. I will see you in the next video.